Hey, this is the Puster Chat. My name is Reggie Kimble. Join us as we explore the world of premium whiskey, premium cigars, with the people who make it possible. On today's episode, I got this brother right here to my right, Mr. Andra Brantley of The Silent Partner. We're going to talk about the diverse, wide-ranging elements in the cigar smoking world. Brother, welcome to the show.
Hey, Reggie, it's a pleasure.
It's been a long time coming.
It's been a minute, right?
So, Andra and I, we all talk about how this thing brings us together.
Yes.
Andra and I met, it's been probably about a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
We at Acere.
Acere, yeah.
We knew each other there, but then we met. We had a meeting at Jay's one day to say, one day we got to do something together.
We got to do something, right.
Shame on us. It took us a long time to pull this off.
Hey, I understand.
I had to move away from Atlanta and come all the way down to Tampa for us to make it happen.
Right? Yeah.
But you know what? Things happen when they're supposed to happen.
That's true.
So, welcome to the show.
Man, it's a pleasure to be here, Reggie. I appreciate the invite, man. Been following you all for a long time.
Thank you.
So I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, yeah, man. So we sitting on 7th Avenue. You didn't even know it.
Hey, didn't even know it.
How you like the studio, man?
Man, I love it, man. It is a perfect atmosphere. I mean, it's just a mural behind it. It says it all.
It does.
It says it all. It's one thing to see it on tape, but to be here in the lab.
Is it better in person?
Oh, man.
Okay, cool.
Much better in person, brother. Much better.
All right. I'm going to pat myself on the back on that. I appreciate that. Seriously, it's something I always wanted. Yeah. Because being in Atlanta, I didn't have a separate room like this that I could build out into a lounge. I had to smoke outside. Yeah. And, sometimes parts of the year, you don't want to smoke outside.
There you go.
So this has always been kind of like a fulfillment of a lifelong, a smoking long dream.
There you go.
Cigars.
There you go.
So, brother, man, again, welcome to the show. And for those you don't know, this man he's kind of pretty well versed in this whole podcast thing himself. He had his own show, Getting to the Issue.
Yes. Yeah.
And now you are focusing on something new, relatively new, called The Silent Partners. What's that all about?
Yeah, so as you mentioned, Reggie, we started with Getting to the Issue. I had some business partners, and we started during COVID. Smoking cigars. We would be at Acere, and only a few of us could come in. Smoking a good stick. Having some bourbon and whiskey.
Yes, sir.
Talking about different topics.
That's right.
Like you said, the multifaceted diversification of cigars. And man, it just took us to different places. And that's how Getting to the Issue launched.
Okay.
It launched. And of course, as life would have it, my business partners got busy. And so now transitioning to The Silent Partner, where I'm in business by myself. You know how that can be. And,
all about that.
Yeah, man. And so just partnering with individuals and organizations, and having discussion and dialogue that moves us forward, whether we're a business owner looking to get into business or whether just learning about cigars. I love the cigar industry, and I've been smoking now probably close to 10 years. And so just bringing discussion that will hopefully help someone in their journey and what they're doing.
Okay.
That's what it's all about.
Is this would you consider this a consulting role that you have, where you kind of play the role of consultant to help somebody achieve a specific project? Or?
I would say that. It's funny you mentioned the word consultant. I have a consultancy, and so
I kind of knew that. And I wanted to set that up.
So I do that, and now I can do it. Guess what? Doing what I love to do.
Okay.
Smoking a great cigar, and I'm sipping on some Maker's Mark, and that's one of your favorite.
Yes, it is.
Whiskeys there.
I'm actually sipping on not only Maker's Mark, but we have a collab.
Oh, wow.
That I got to make sure you try before you leave.
Okay.
We did a collaboration with Maker's Mark and us in Sprayberry Bottle Shop. So and it came out a couple months ago, already sold out.
Okay.
But I have a few bottles left.
There you go.
And I'm gonna hopefully you'll partake in a little sip with me today.
Of course, brother. Of course, man. So that's great, man. And you're right on it. That's what I'm doing. Sharing information and topics that really are relevant, but maybe the common everyday person may not hear it, may not discuss it. And so I'm grateful just to be in this position to be able to do it and receive feedback from those that are listening and watching and saying that, hey, we need that. We need that. So I'm looking to grow and expand, but so I appreciate this opportunity.
No problem, man. And if somebody wanted to actually work with you in the Silent Partners, what's the best way for them to reach out to you and make that happen?
Great. So website, bnbstrategygroup.com. You can follow me on Instagram at the.silentpartner. As well as on TikTok, YouTube channel, the.silentpartner. And so I appreciate all of y'all that follow me or, subscribe. And so yeah, you can find me that way.
Okay.
You know, or
BNB Strategy Group.
yeah,
Right?
BNB
Strategy.
BNBstrategygroup.com is my
That
website.
sounds very official too. So that sounds serious.
That sounds serious.
That sounds like when you show up to work with this brother, you got to have your shit together. That's what that name tells me. I don't know about you.
Hey, but I'll say this, man. You know, been following Puff Sip and Chat for a while, and like you said, the way we met, I just appreciate your professionalism and what you bring to the industry, man. And it speaks in what you see on all your platforms. And so all the partners you have, it shows the value that you bring to the industry, my brother.
Man, I appreciate that,
pat yourself on the back, man. You've done a great job, man.
We're going to keep grinding, man. We ain't stopping.
There you go.
One of the things I was talking with Cigar Mike about yesterday is that when people come to him and say they want to work with him or get his advice on things, one of the things he always steps back and sees is, are you really committed? Are you going to be around tomorrow?
Yeah.
You know, when things get a little tougher, you're going to run away from what you're doing.
Right.
And I believe that you got to stick with it. Man, and nobody's an overnight success.
Right.
People never see the journey leading up to it, right?
That's true.
That's how it is. So
that is truly how it is, man. Like you said, when those ripples come, you got to stick with it, you know, and just have confidence. Yeah, there will be ripples. There will be ripples.
And there's been plenty in the last 2.5 years since we started this.
Hey, you're doing great, brother.
I appreciate that, man. Appreciate it. So what you puffing on today, man?
Man, listen, I'm a Maduro guy, right?
Okay.
So right now I have a My Father's. And My Father's is one of my favorite sticks.
That's a great stick, man.
Great stick. I smoked the Judge before I got here.
Good man. Good way to start the day.
Yeah, so I'm a fan of My Father's. Okay. You know, and so, yeah, Maduro. And so, you know, I do a few different sticks there, man. But, you know, I like to expand my palate when I can, though.
Okay.
You know, medium to full body, but most of the time full body. So.
All right. And I'm smoking on the Alpha now.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So it's actually believe it or not, it's my first time having it. I've heard about it.
Wait a minute, Reggie.
First time having it. Having it for that. Believe I smoked so many cigars, I can't get to them all. And this one's been on my list, and I finally cracked it today, and I'm enjoying it.
It's a pretty good stick.
It's a grit stick. It's really nice.
There you go.
And it's a nice, mild midday stick, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm going to ramp it up like you.
Yeah, you can ramp it up later on.
When I grow up a little bit in a couple hours. So I'm going to ramp it up like you. And then your favorite sip, man. I know we're sipping on a little makers today, but what do you typically sip?
You know, good question. What I've been on lately has been Bullet. That Bullet bourbon. It's probably one of my favorite sips right now. And then if I want to go a little lighter, I say lighter. It may not be lighter for people, but Basil Hayden.
Yeah. Basil Hayden is light.
Yeah.
I mean, that means you're a serious drinker.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what you're doing. That's what that means.
Yeah, man. So, yeah. But yeah, I like to expand. But I kind of stick in that palette.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And when you're sitting around just chatting it up with your good friends and family over cigars, what do you typically lean towards in the conversations?
Ooh, wow.
You a sports guy? You more of a sports guy? More of a current events guy? What's up with that?
I try to dabble a little bit of it all, Reggie, to be honest with you. Sports, you know, current events. But right now, man, I've been talking about the landscape of what's happening, you know, from the world economy perspective.
Okay.
We think about, you know, inflation, housing market, different things that are going on.
Yeah.
And the great thing about it, that's what the cigar does for you. It allows you to have a multitude, you know, conversations. And so yeah, from sports to current events, you hit the nail on the head, man. And I delve into history too. I'm a history buff because I think that you have to know where you come from in order to know where you're going.
Okay.
And so, you know, we talk about a multitude of things with that right there, man. And so, but yeah, I like to golf when I can.
See, that's one thing we have not done yet.
Yeah.
We got to get out there.
We got to get out there.
I probably will embarrass myself because I'm one of those people that love to play the game, but I'm not good at it. But golf is one of those things that you can suck at and actually have a good time.
There you go.
It's only a few things like that in this world that fall in that category, and golf is one of them.
There you go. I'm not a great golfer either.
Okay.
So we'll just have fun and smoke good cigars, man, have good drinks, right?
What I've learned, I haven't played in it's probably been about 2 months since I last went out, and that's a travesty. That's been way too long. But what I found out that I miss more than golf, I just miss being out there with the guys. I don't miss the golf. I don't miss the game. I'm not good enough to miss the game.
Right.
I miss what the game means, getting out and hanging out and smoking cigars with the guys. So.
I agree. The camaraderie is amazing. Yep. It's amazing. And so, you know, to get out there. And then for me, it takes you into a quiet space. You know, give you time to think.
Yes.
You know what I mean? To truly fellowship, you know, and enjoy one another.
That's right.
And, you know, you may learn about the game. You may hit left, far left, whatever. But
you can always hit at least 1 or 2 shots that make you be like, okay, I can do this. I can do this.
Yeah.
Is this something you do every year? You come down to Tampa?
I'll be honest with you. This is my second time at Heritage.
Okay.
I traditionally attend, you know, a multitude of festivals. You know, Miami, Orlando, Atlanta, different places like that. But I really, truly came for you, Reggie. I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
I came for pup, sip, and chat, to sit in the lounge, get in the lab, and chop it up with this brother here because I look up to you know what you're doing.
Appreciate that. Man.
Just to be honest with you, you know, Heritage is great, but just to sit here and chop it up and talk about, you know, what we're smoking, because you do a lot of stuff, brother. You educating people about the pairings, the different cigars, you know. And so, man, hey, that's valid for me.
Man, I try. Yeah, I try. And as you know, during the day. So speaking of pairings, I got this Alpha now, which is kind of a nice mild to medium sweet, in my opinion. Yeah. And so I'm sipping on the new whiskey, and it's a nice balance. Some people say go strong with strong. I like to go light. So if I got a real strong cigar, I actually like a lighter whiskey. If I got a bolder whiskey, I like a lighter cigar. Some people like to match mild for mild, bold for bold. There's no right or wrong.
Gotcha.
I tell people all the time, there's no right or wrong.
Yeah.
That's just my personal preference. Have you ever put any thought into that?
I didn't put much into it until, you know, you have one of those nights where you wake up in the morning like, wait a minute. I went too hard, right? So I tend to agree. If I'm on Maduro, I like to get that basil, something real light, a little mild.
I like it. Kind of it balances the other one off. Yeah, okay.
It does.
All right, man, after my own heart. So
hey, man.
So let's get into why we're here today. Why are we here today, man? I've been looking forward to this conversation. And kudos to you for coming up with a great topic for us to chat about today. Because one thing about this cigar industry, this world that we're in, there's so many different elements to it, so many different aspects to it. You can go in any kind of direction. It's about the people, the relationships, all kind of stuff happens in this. But I think a lot of people think we're just hanging out, having a good time. And there's an element to that, right? This is fun.
That's a piece of it.
This is a big piece of it. Not going to deny that. But there's so many great relationships. All my friends and contacts that I've made over the last 10 years are here. Many in this room, many outside this room, but we all came together over this cigar. And so I think it's important that when people come into this industry, they decide they want to be a cigar smoker, or they want to be a part of the industry by opening up a business that's affiliated with the cigar industry, that take a few minutes to learn, educate yourself, and probably learn a little bit about the history of cigar smoking. You know, a lot of people don't even realize that right here where we are here in Tampa, Florida, people are still, to this day, I get surprised or shocked to hear that Tampa used to produce more cigars than anywhere else in the world at one point. People don't realize that. This is like the home, the culture. I grew up down here watching my daddy smoke cigars. My dad, my granddad, all of them did that. So I guess it's in my blood.
That's amazing. I watched my grandfather and father smoke pipes for years. And, you know, never knew where it would lead me to this cigar.
I know. I haven't tried the pipe smoke. I actually want to try that one day.
Man, my granddad would smoke pipes, and they would drink homebrew. I don't know if y'all familiar with homebrew.
Is that the same thing as moonshine?
Close.
Okay.
They would distill it right there, be going through, they'd be smoking pipes, some smoking cigars, Prince Alberts and all this stuff they were doing. And so, like you said, the history and just people coming together, it's just amazing what comes out of it.
That's right. And we're in a renaissance right now. Now, in the last 10, 15 years, man, the industry is blowing up. It's blowing up. And I like to give the African-American community a lot of props for that, because we played a big role in this. The women in this industry have played a huge role in making this happen. And so this it's a renaissance, because there was a time I did a little research back in the 90s, early 90s. You know, I was younger than a man of a younger age at the time. And apparently there was a little bit of a boom in the early 90s, but it didn't last. But I think the difference now is, I don't know, I guess the difference now, maybe in some ways it's more socially acceptable. Yeah. You got way more lounges than we ever had in the, you know, that are open now. But anyway, there was a time where it boomed and it declined, but I think right now I feel like we got a little staying power now.
Yeah, I do. I agree with that. I think we need to also look to build business out of it.
Mm.
Of course, that may not be someone's forte,
Mm-hmm.
that they want to start business. But, we, like you said, we're in a renaissance period.
Mm-hmm.
And so we not only want to be a consumer,
Mm-hmm.
want to be an owner in some aspect.
That's right.
We have many entrepreneurs that are around, that are sitting around right now.
That's right.
And so if you're spending your money there, if there's an opportunity for you, take advantage of this boom. We have vendors, whether it's from shirts or whether it's from partnering to, push and market other industries, but there's an opportunity. And I think you mentioned young people earlier, that's an aspect as well as for us, because, that dollar, we're worth $1.2 trillion.
That's right.
Coming from the Black community. So we got to find a way, to benefit as well as business owners and, and not just partaking in just the smoking. There's an element to it. There's an element to it.
And it's not just about businesses associated with the cigar industry. It's just business in general.
Yeah.
I dabble on the side in a little bit of swing trading.
Okay.
On the side. Just a little fun when a few minutes here and there. But I started doing that about 5 years ago because of a brother in the lounge that introduced me to it.
Wow.
Taught me the game and told me the books I needed to buy and read and educate myself, the online courses to educate myself. I had no clue.
It's amazing you say that. 3 years ago, me and 6 of my fraternity brothers, we launched our investment group, all because of this cigar. COVID hit. We were talking, doing different things. A lot of brothers lost their careers or whatever, transition. And I was like, you know what? This is a downturn, but there's an upswing coming. And so we started an investment group. And then we became more and more structured, professional, brought in a financial advisor that was a cigar smoker.
There you go.
There you go. And he's our advisor. And 3 years later, man, I mean, we're doing well. We're doing well, brother, as far as investing. And so that's just an aspect of it.
To me, it starts with understanding the types of smokers that are in the industry. Because you run across everybody.
Yeah, you do.
You get the aficionados and people that are like, and sometimes aficionados are fake because they think they know everything. You get your casual smokers who just smoke every now and then, maybe during special occasions.
Yeah.
Get a lot of that.
Yeah.
But that's not going to help make the industry.
Right.
That's just a special occasion thing. You get your collectors, I have this cigar, I have that cigar.
Yeah.
What does that cigar do for you, man?
Exactly.
And they just going to sit it up in the humidor and look at it. I don't know. You got your social people who will come out, smoke. A lot of social smokers. Now, the social smokers are probably what's making the industry really blow right now, because a lot of people say, it just looks cool.
Yeah.
And I want to be around that vibe. They go out to places and just have a good time and they start lighting up, and they're not real serious, but they're social.
Yeah.
They don't even know what they're smoking half the time. You just put a cigar in their hand and they light it up.
That's true.
They might not even finish it, with pictures of me off. It's a whole nother thing. Then you got your connoisseurs.
There you go.
You got connoisseurs.
Yeah.
Serious.
Yeah.
I know what my palate likes.
There you go.
I've developed my palate.
Yeah.
I can detect the flavors. I got a shitty palate, by the way. I tell people what I like and don't like. And then you got your newbies.
Yeah.
Brand new, and they're curious, wide-eyed, bushy tail. Just trying to wonder. I just want to know.
Yeah.
I just want to be down.
Yeah.
Teach me. I like them because they at least saying teach me.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's where it all starts, man.
I think what we're seeing also too, Reggie, is that, think about it. Years we were growing up, clubs weren't that dangerous. No one's really going to a club atmosphere anymore, right? And so now we're seeing most of those adults our age. Where can I go?
That's right.
Cigar lounges are popular, right?
Yes.
And so you get a multitude of what you just mentioned: the novice, the social smoker, the aficionado. And so you see them come to the cigar lounge and they're trying to learn.
They are.
Yeah. And so we get a chance to teach them. I'm like you. I like those that are trying to learn.
Ask questions.
Ask questions.
It's okay to not know.
It's okay to not know.
I've been smoking for 20 years. I don't know everything.
Ooh, man,
I just don't.
I know I don't. I probably what I get the most when I'm inside the humidor is that I never smoked a cigar. What should I smoke? Where I've been? I put them on that 10th anniversary champagne, that Perdomo.
Man, you just made me proud, man. That is one of my favorite sticks.
Yeah.
Don't introduce them to an infused.
Right.
You can, but don't.
Yeah.
You can do whatever the hell you want. But I say don't do it, because you kind of skewing things a little bit.
Yeah.
Give them something good, and the champagne's a perfect stick for that.
It's a great stick. You know, it's not too strong. You know, like I said, it's a good stick. It's a good starter stick, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And so they can go from there. But yeah, we're seeing a multitude, and with that comes conversation pieces, right? From business to networking, and then you find some commonalities, and you know, kind of like I said, the way we met, and it kind of goes from there.
That's right. People think we're just smoking cigars.
They really do.
Because it's at the end of the day, it's about the cigar, but it's not really about the cigar.
True.
This was the tool or the mechanism that pulled us together, but it wasn't really about this, honestly, in the grand scheme of things.
Right.
And so that's why all these diverse groups get to come together. You touched on something earlier about the fact that this is kind of a grown folks thing. A place for us to go, because we're done with the club.
We done with the club.
You know, I was done with the club thing even when I was young. Even when I was young and did go to the club a little bit, I quickly got, this ain't it. I quickly decided this ain't it.
Yeah.
So this is nice though, because now you get to go out, listen to nice music, but you get to talk to mature brothers and sisters.
Yeah, you do.
Come together with this.
You do, and then you know we see the different types of lounges, right? I mean, Atlanta's popping with cigar lounges, right?
Yes, one on every corner almost.
One on every
like
corner.
a gas station now.
Yeah, and then you have those lounges that you can truly go and smoke, quiet space, read, conversation, right? And then you got those that got the live music, they got the DJs.
Which one do you like to go to? What's your preference?
I'll be honest, I'm okay with live music.
Me too.
I'm okay with live music.
Yeah.
But then there are times where I like to go where I can sit and just be peaceful and just think. You know what I mean? Think. Maybe it's something, a business deal coming up, or something that we're trying to do, or even a new cigar that's coming out. Some pairings, and I go in and sit and watch Puff, Sip, and Chat.
Oh,
because I learned so much from what you're doing.
You humble me, brother. You humble me.
I promise you, I just go and I watch because although I've been smoking about 10 years, there's still a lot for me to learn.
Yes.
So,
Same here.
you know,
Same here.
And what you've done, not to get off, but what you've done and what you're doing, you and your team, you know, partnering, you know, whether it's a distributor, whether it's a vendor, whether it's a business owner.
Yeah.
Man, you're multifaceted.
We're here for
everything
everybody.
You're doing, bro.
Well, that's what this cigar world is all about, in my opinion. It's about collaboration.
Yeah.
I have Desiree coming on the show later, and we met about a year ago. Well, we met before that, but we had a show about a year ago with her. And one of the things that she said that disappointed her most about the industry was the lack of collaboration that took place at times. And I was surprised to actually hear that, because I thought this was always a thing that always brought us together. Yeah. But not everyone has had that experience.
That's a great point. Collaboration, you know, I believe in collaboration and partnerships, right? But I think that, you know, we spoke on history earlier, you know, and it kind of keeps us from collaborating, not understanding that the pot is big enough for everyone. You know, if you have a great product or a service, you build it, they will come. You know, I truly believe in that. And just like what you're doing with putting the industry out there, when I started, my thing was, okay, let's have certain discussions, but also you and I, we met. We never said, oh man, I'm not going to collaborate with Dre and get into the issue or Puff, Sip, and Chat because we're doing the same thing over in the same space. No. It was never that, brother. When we met, you was like, hey, Dre, we got to get together. Let's do this. Let's do that. No. And so, you know,
I never saw this as a competition of any sort.
No, because you had your goals. You know, I have my goals, and we can work together on that, bro.
That's right.
You know, we can work together on that. So collaboration is key.
One of the things that I also really love about this industry, and sometimes it can be a little bit controversial to some people, right? In some ways, the industry, to me, feels a little bit segregated at times, because you get a lot of us hanging out in the lounges that are black-owned. And you don't see as many of us in maybe some of the white-owned or Latino-owned lounges. But when I do go to maybe a white-owned lounge or Latino, predominantly white, predominantly Latino lounge, it's all love. That's one thing that we segregate ourselves, but I don't think we really have to. And I don't even think it's intentional. It just it's a natural progression, because maybe there's just a vibe that you like that's a little bit different than other. But when I go to lounges that aren't traditional for me, maybe. It's all love.
Yeah. And I agree with that wholeheartedly, Reggie. I think what else we also have to do backdrop, like you said, you mentioned earlier when we were off camera about reading, studying the history. So when you go to another lounge, understand the environment that you're going into.
You're going to someone's house.
Yeah, you're going to someone's house.
Yeah.
You're going to someone's house. Understand the environment that you're going into and the type of atmosphere it is. And so then you'll feel more appreciated because I try to venture everywhere. You know, I go to different type lounges. Just in Atlanta, I go to Alpharetta, I go to Cutter's.
Oh, that's a great lounge.
You know, I go to Churchill's, and, you know, in Sandy Springs.
There's a little lounge up in Woodstock I used to go to all the time called Maxwell's. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's in Woodstock. It's in downtown Woodstock.
Okay, I haven't been there.
Yes, it's kind of, unless you live up in that area, you don't really know about it. But this little lounge is predominantly white lounge, but everybody in there is so down to earth and cool. And they have live music on the weekends. People don't even realize it.
Wow.
And like diverse live music. It's not just, you would think it might be one kind of way.
Yeah.
But they're getting down with the R&B, the Latin jazz. They're killing it in there.
Yeah.
But that's just, and it's all because of this.
It's all because of this. And Cigar Cellar is one of my favorite lines in Kennesaw, off Carr Parkway. You go there, and what I've learned is that, that's something that you have to go places where people have experienced something to learn something different. And so when I go to Cigar Cellar, man, we're talking about everything. All because of this.
All because of this.
The commonality is this cigar.
And that's one thing you don't get other places too, right? Is when you come into a lounge and especially you go to a lounge that you don't frequent. I travel a lot for my day job.
Okay.
And I'm in different cities all the time. And so I'm in a different city. I got to go somewhere and smoke a cigar.
Right.
Like Monday night, I'll be in Dallas, Texas.
Okay.
I will find a cigar lounge in Dallas, Texas. It may be something I've never been to, but I'm going to come out of there with 2 or 3 new friends. That's just how it is. You start sitting down and you start chopping it up with people. You don't see that in other spaces, man.
Yeah, you're right. And like you said, we're talking about diversification and multifaceted, and that's what you get. I've been to several lounges out in the Dallas area. And, like you say, you get something that you've never gotten before. When I lived in South Florida, Smokes on the Water was one of my favorite places to go.
Just the backdrop, man.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, staring at the ocean while you're smoking. Come on now,
you can't beat that. You can't beat that, man. And so, hey, I advise the viewers to get out there, go to different lounges you've never gone to before, because, like you said, you're coming in the name of a good cigar and smoking and different things, and you just never know what you're going to learn, never know who you're going to connect with, and never know where it would take you.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. And a lot of people are super shocked, too, to see, especially people that are new to the industry, are super shocked to see the amount of women that are now smoking. Because this used to be a boys' club thing.
Yeah.
This used to be a kind of a guys' thing. And now the women put us to shame.
They do.
We got 2 in this audience right now that probably hang with us and put us to shame, smoke us under the table. And you see that now. They're not, and you don't want to insult them by saying, "Oh, you smoking Tatiana?" They might slap you.
Right. Right.
This one word right here.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
So,
yeah. And they're not just coming to meet men.
No. They enjoy the cigar.
I want to make sure I say that. They enjoy the cigar. They
want to talk business too, just like the rest of us.
There you go.
How can we help each other level up a little bit?
There you go. Yeah. There you go, man.
And that's a beautiful thing.
A beautiful thing.
Yeah. So when you're smoking a cigar, though, what's your favorite way to just kind of kick back to do it, man? And I'll start just by saying my favorite way is by myself. To me, it's even though we talked a whole lot about getting out to lounges and how it opens doors and you meet new people. Yeah. But my favorite way, honestly, is just Reggie and his thoughts and a cigar.
I agree with you. I do a segment that I post on my platform that's called Happy Football Saturday. That's every morning on my back porch.
Okay. All right.
My coffee and my cigar.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man. It gets my mind to going, all the creative thoughts, and something to share with the people. All while I'm enjoying this good cigar, man. And so it's not just with the whiskey or the bourbon or tequila, whatever you drink it with. A cup of coffee and a cigar for me. That's it, Reggie.
That's how I love starting. I do that on the weekends.
Okay.
That's my Saturday and Sunday thing. I'm usually working so hard early in the morning that I can't do it. But I will definitely on Saturday and Sunday, coffee and a cigar all day. That's me.
And I want to say this before we close, Reggie. I have 2 great sponsors, and there are many others. But, Greenwood Whiskey, shout out to Shade and those brothers, man. I know y'all know Reggie and Puff Sip and Chat. And also Kim Bro with Flirty Wick Brands. I just appreciate them, man, for supporting us of all those years. last 3 years, man. And
without folks like that, man, it's hard to be successful. They are sort of the backbone to what we do.
They are. They're the backbone and those that watched, and and so we're gonna keep pushing, Reg. We're gonna
keep doing what you're doing. And you are now an alumnus. We about to have your graduation ceremony in a few minutes over another glass of liquor.
Okay. I love it.
But you're now forever a friend of the show, man. So anytime you want to come back on the Puster Chat, anytime you need us, just holler, man.
Hey, man, you, brother. I appreciate it, man.
Watch your journey and see you do great things.
Hey, y'all make sure y'all follow Puff Sip and Chat and Loyal to Ash, subscribe, to what they're doing. They're doing some great things. They're not only educating, but they're business owners. They're helping others. He didn't hesitate, to bring me on the show. And so make sure you all do that. Subscribe, YouTube, all their social media channels, man. Make sure you do that, man, because we're giving back to the industry, educating and helping one another with business, man.
All right. Man, you just did my closing for me. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Oh, man, that's beautiful, man. Thank you so much for saying that. So, as my man Andre said, Loyal to Ash, check out the best cigar subscription in the industry. Loyal to Ash, go to puffsipchat.com, use code PUFF6 for a special discount. We got you. We always feature one minority-owned, one female-owned brand in every box to make sure we have that level playing field in our industry. So, like, subscribe, comment on our YouTube channel. That's what helps us keep this thing going, y'all. And recommend Puff Sip Chat to a friend. So I'm here. I'm Stickman number 1, Andre Brantley, the silent partner, y'all. Yes. And until next time, Puff Sip Chat, repeat. It ain't never about me. It's about the lifestyle. There you go.